Okay, welcome. Let's get right into the stock market technical analysis. We're looking for trade ideas and opportunity. Okay, now, I can't promise anything on this channel, but what I can promise is that sometimes I'm going to be wrong, but we're going to do our best and use the charts to be our guide here. If you guys are new, drop me a thumbs up and check out my stock market technical analysis course. That link is in the description below, so you have to click the little description for this video. Check that out. It's not free, but a good value there. It's about 4 hours of trainings. If you don't want to take the course and pay money right away because you don't maybe know exactly what I'm teaching, maybe just follow along for a little while and see how these trades pan out that I'm constantly putting out there. I've been pretty accurate this year, and a lot of that comes from the knowledge that I teach in that course. So check that out. Link in the description below. Finally, I did start the Money Maven membership, so if you want to join, there should be a button. There should be a link in the description below on how to join, and also there should be a join button kind of next to the subscribe button of this video. Check that out. I am sending out kind of exclusive trade ideas and just market commentary intraday in that membership. So check that out. Join up. We'd like to have you. All right. Triple Q's, tech sector, selling off today. We do have CPI tomorrow, but there you go. Another rejection off this trend line. So this is the downtrend line on the daily chart for tech. And from my perspective, tech's leading the market. Okay, it looks like tech's going to be the first to start to roll over again, and then the rest of the market's going to follow. Tech was one of the, especially the large cap tech, it seems like they were the first to kind of rally. And then we did get a lot of that speculative stuff starting to rally over the last couple days. I had talked about that well in advance, saying, guys, I think that will signal the end of the rally, of this bear market rally, when we start seeing the ARK Invest and the GameStops and all that, all the garbage starting to, rally. And, then that would signal the end. All right. And I'm still sticking with that trading plan. So I do think we pretty much have seen the end of the rally, or if not the end, very close. Looking at triple Qs, we have a downtrend line and we're continuing to hold trend. So again, you guys, trend is your friend, and this trend is down. So don't get, and I know a lot of retail people, they just don't like to short. They're scared of it, or they don't know how. And fine, if you don't know how and you don't know what you're doing, I would never recommend getting involved in something you don't know what you're doing. Take my course, should help, but you don't have to ride out the drop either if you're going to be long. So just something to kind of note. Looking at the hourly chart here, again, we had negative divergence that was building. All right, so kind of building for a while basically. And that's just negative momentum while the prices continued to drift higher right into that key resistance of that downtrend. So to me, it looked like a pretty objective area to short. That's why I talked about the fact that I was shorting. Again, we were long for most of this rally here, and I just started getting short just recently. And I've been building a short position for the last, couple days, week. I don't know exactly the time frame, but we basically have been getting short right up in here. And looking for the next leg lower at a minimum, the minimum target, and where we'll likely get a reaction. And again, I'm on an hourly chart here. This is the bull trend, all right there. So I think we could come down and hit that and probably get a bounce there. Okay, so that would maybe make sense to pull. If you want to active trade it, you could pull your shorts, cover your shorts down here, look for that bounce, and then maybe re-short it or wait for the break of the trend line. Okay, that's a conservative kind of method to do it. So there's triple Qs again, looking like we're heading lower, and we might get little squiggles and reactions along the way. 308.50 maybe. I'm not interested in covering my shorts until I can get at a minimum down to this 296 zone. And we could get there tomorrow. There is CPI. That's the inflation reading coming out. And so we'll see. All right, that's that. SPY. So the SPY did not really get up to its downtrend line. The downtrend line for the SPY is up here at about 433. So yeah, there is the potential to continue to rally, but I just don't see the SPY going much higher without tech. All right, large cap tech Apple, Microsoft, those big companies, they're just so heavily weighted in the S&P 500 that the market can't rally unless those things are rallying. And those things are at, that triple Qs, they're at resistance. And when you look at some of these FANG stocks, we go up to like Apple, you can see Apple, all right, big trend line right here. This is a daily chart, and was started back in September of 2020. This was a big bearish rising wedge pattern, but the key thing is, see these are tags of support. All right, we hit this trend line many times. It was a really well-defined trend line. Okay, we broke it. All right, we had a sell signal back here, back in this one came in May, and then we had a nice little sell-off and a full back test of the trend line. So that's key resistance. All right, I want to get short when Apple's running into major resistance. Okay, so yeah, that's the point. Looking at the hourly, we have negative divergence on the hourly. All right, I'm just kind of breaking down. This is the largest stock in the stock market, and it's at key resistance with negative divergence. It's objective to short here. XLY, talked about this. All right, there's a reaction, rejection. Okay, so resistance, 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 and resistance. Okay, so I kept talking about that over the last couple of days, saying, looks to me like a good spot to get short. And, I saw a lot of comments of people bullish. This is just how it is. Most people, not the smart money, but, a lot of people just chase price action. So if something's going up, they're bullish, and when it's going down, they're bearish, but they don't know when it's, they don't know when to position for that move. They have to wait for that move to take place and then react to it. And oftentimes they miss a lot of the opportunity. And so that's what I try to teach is, catching the opportunity, try to get in with the smart money before the move happens. To me, it looks like we short here and we head lower, at least, probably down to, we'll probably hit like this halfway mark, maybe get a reaction at 148.50. I'm not really doing anything with this. I just want to point it as a sector at resistance. XLI, same thing. Okay, resistance, and there's another reaction. This one's still slightly above, but I suspect it will roll over and fade. Okay. Okay, decent little short setup here, not actionable yet. MELI. Again, we have a cluster right now, an island cluster, okay? Potential for an island cluster top or reversal pattern. So there's your island cluster. We have it. We need to get a gap down to fully create the island, okay? With the CPI coming out tomorrow, that might be the catalyst for the gap down. If it's negative, if the market perceives it as negative, this is likely going to gap down and you're going to have that island cluster. The other thing is you've got resistance, 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 and we're just slightly trading above it, but with that potential for kind of a bull trap, basically. So if you gap down, you're not only going to trap the people that thought this was a breakout, the bulls, but you're also creating that island cluster reversal pattern that the shorts are going to jump on. So you get that, you just short, from my perspective, that's going to be a short, and that will be an actionable trade. So, likely it'll happen, right at the open. You want to be positioned if you see that gap down. So that looks like a decent one to me. It's got negative divergence on the hourly. This price action up here is divergent highs. So it tells me that the probability is that we're going to get that gap down. So I'm just waiting for it. Eli Lilly, LLY, continuing to look like a good short trade, just kind of flagging out right here. So you'll see basically the sell signal on this one pretty much came here on August 4th. But we've got this potential bear flag right there where you got a flag pole and then you kind of flag out like that. And then you take this and you just extend it out, and it pretty much puts us down to that 279 and the 200-day moving average. So in general, the 200-day moving average is my target for right now on this one. I think we might break it, but the trade, at least in the short term, is just a move down there. So profit target right there. I don't see any indication that this trade's not going to work out as of right now. So I still like it, still sticking in. Okay, I talked about this with the membership this morning, but SOXX, guys, this is semiconductors, which is often the bleeding edge of tech. Okay, And look what we got going on here. So we have a downtrend, all right? Clear downtrend. We just hit the top of that trend, very similar to triple Qs. When we did that, we were also setting up in this bearish rising wedge pattern. If I go to the hourly, it's pretty clean right there. So we have a bearish rising wedge pattern running right into major resistance, and up here at the highs we had negative divergence. All right, there it is, boom. All right, that divergence was telling me, okay, look for a breakdown, look for a sell signal. This morning you got it right there, boom. That first close, that hourly close, that breakdown, that's your sell signal, continuing to drop lower. Yeah, it looks like we're heading lower. I think we're probably going to get a reaction here at 378.50-ish right in here. I think we're, and as far as I can tell, it looks like we might even hit that today. So we'll see. Maybe we do something like this, and then maybe we bounce for a back test and then roll. Okay. But the point is that we have a sell signal on the semiconductors, all right? And so you can pretty much go through some of those semiconductors, and they all look pretty much the same with that sell signal. Let's see, what else do we want to cover? Gold, continuing to kind of grind higher. Nothing, it doesn't look bad. Here's GDX, the miners, taking a breather today. Just a little bit of consolidation. These are going to wait for the CPI reading, and I don't know what's going to happen after the CPI and how these are going to react. We'll have to wait and see. I mean, maybe they sell off and hit this support line. I don't know. So, I'm still bullish on them. We do have a breakout, and we just have to take the chart for what it's worth. But if you're not in a position, maybe you wait till after the CPI. Could make sense. Okay, that's all I have for this morning. I'm going to get the video out there. Guys, check out the course if you haven't done so. There's a lot of value in there for you for learning this as a skill set. And then just to kind of recap, short tech, I'm short tech basically. I'm long some of these gold miners, and I'm short the semiconductors, and there's some individual names that I'm short, but in general, I try to give you guys, Eli Lilly, I'm short that one, and continuing to look for more opportunities. So catch you guys on the next video. Bye.